How is it going, guys? Malagant here, and we are going to be looking into how to find certain upgrades as soon as possible in Last Epoch, especially without, you know, dealing with maybe trading on the go, just what is the most efficient way to like search certain pieces. This game has extremely deterministic crafting system, and it's kind of a mandatory thing to learn how to craft, at the very least the basics, because you're going to need to utilize your crafting for almost every single piece of item that you're going to be getting. Perhaps not idols, but the rest, yes, it will be. You're gonna need to also think about what you can do the most efficient way, or what you can, maximize. So the crafting video is going to be coming up next on YouTube when it comes to like, especially for crafting for beginners, so 101 kind of thing. But in this video right over here, I would like to share with you how do I end up upgrading my items, especially in the early game, maybe late game, a little bit late game, but mid game, heavier than late game, I should say. So around like normal modos or during the campaign, it's a lot easier for me to like using this tactic or method. It's a lot easier for me to pinpoint and find upgrades and continue blasting, let's say. So that being said, this is mostly thanks to the usage of Loot Filter, the crafting system, and at the same time the bases in this game. So the bases are pretty interesting in this game. So look at this one, for instance. Noble Plate is the name of the base over here. It's a body armor for the Sentinel, and it offers you 180 armor and 16 lightning resistance. So this is kind of like a mediocre body armor because it gives you good armor for level 42, but the secondary effects, which is like lightning resistance, is kind of whatever. Because you're probably fixing your lightning resistance from elemental resistances, especially for mid game and late game. So that being said, when the time comes and I feel like I mouse over my items, right, and I feel like, okay, my body armor should be able to be, upgraded anytime soon now, it's kind of looking bleak or like, kind of outdated. In that case, I go into Loot Filter and I'm using, a basic loot filter that I've created for my Sentinel, and I'm gonna end up like adding a rule so that like I'm gonna end up finding an upgrade for my body armor. And this logic or this method is going to be working pretty much like anything that you can think of: the rings, the weapons, the necklace, all the items. So whichever is outdated, you should try and guide yourself towards finding an upgrade as soon as possible by basically implementing this to your loot filter. And it's going to be working this way every single time until the very late game, where you're going to be basically trying to find like either legendary items, following up uniques with LPs, and then like feeding them from exalted items, or you're going to be searching for obviously crazy exalted items. Therefore you could say that like, okay, just show me the exalted items of this base and you will be done. But again, to this method, right? So we are kind of early game or maybe mid game, and we're mouse hovering on our body armor and saying that, okay, this is getting outdated. I'm like level 70 now, and I would like to find a body armor upgrade, and it should be possible for me. So I come to add a rule, and I'm going to be going into item type right over here. I'll go into armor, body armor, confirm, and then afterwards, let's also say recolor this to red and perhaps emphasize it. So we go into subtypes, we go into Sentinel because I'm playing a Sentinel, and look, Noble Plate is right over here. Let's assume I'm level 70 right now, and Noble Plate is offering me 180 armor with lightning resistance. So the next thing that is available is 240 armor with crit strike chance. So if I'm critting with my build, if I'm capable of critting or utilizing crit damage, well, this is already an insane upgrade, as you can see. And these are without the stats, it's without prefixes, without suffixes. So in most cases, if you kind of get lucky with your crafting process and using a couple of like glyph of hopes to like increase your chances while crafting, even a base drop of Myrmidon plate is probably going to be an upgrade for you. That is the interesting part about this game. So that is also why this method is going to work. So you're sitting on a noble plate, you're like, okay, man, my next upgrade clearly not going to be a noble plate or a full plate or an iron plate. So you don't need to click these. And if you dislike the crit, well, so be it. Don't click this one either. So you could actually like search for a level 76 upgrade and then start using it at level 76. Another thing that I should mention over here is that, like, for you to equip this item, you need to be this level, yes. But for you to drop this item or find this item, let's say, you just need to kill this level monster. So when you're killing a level 76 with a level 55 character, you still have the chance to find Dawn Plate from them. You just won't be able to equip them, obviously. I think you obviously won't be able to edit them on the crafting either, so you won't be able to craft on them until you can equip them. I think that's the rule in the game. So you could say, like, you're searching for these 3 bases, let's say, because they're going to be clear upgrades for you. Let's never mind the Myrmidon Plate for now. And then we confirm, so it is recoloring. And we're going to be adding this rule, so it's going to be sitting on the top of our filter. And remember, the filter, the top side is going to be overwriting the bottom rules. So this is like the most valuable thing. You could definitely like put it under the exalted items to see like the exalted and uniques that way as well, if you would like to. It doesn't really change so much right now for this video. So let's drop a Myrmidon Plate on the floor. This is going to show exalted because it's an exalted item, and at the same time we didn't add Myrmidon Plate to my filter because I was thinking I would like to find something better than that. So there's an Ogre Plate over here. If I drop that, it's going to be dropping like this. So imagine this item right over here to be completely white. Okay, so let's make this completely white, guys. So just the base. Okay, let's go into removals. And we perhaps add some glyph of hopes, and we completely remove the things, and this is going to be like how the item, the base of the item. So we drop it on the floor. As you can see, it is still being picked up by our loot filter and saying that Ogre Plate, look at this. So you immediately pick it up, and if this was the base that we're searching for, so for instance, it could have armor on it, it could have health on it, it could have so many values that you could some sort, make it work, and that's all it needs to have. Afterwards, you put it on your crafting, and you're going to be trying to like solve the rest of the puzzle by basically adding the things that you require. During leveling, you usually end up needing armor or resistances or a little bit of health or something like vitality, strength for a sentinel, or perhaps it could be attunement, or perhaps it could be intelligence for a caster, for a summoner, etc. You get what I'm saying. But finding these things are incredibly simple and very easy as long as you know what item that you're searching for. So the base, you target, you snipe the base and look at the couple of bases, and within the hour, I promise you, you're going to be ending up finding an upgrade. And that is how you're going to be going all the time. Now, is this going to be working for late game or very late game? Probably not, because you're going to need to find a very, very good item at that point. There will obviously be still that certain base, unless you're going for the legendary and you want to find the unique and then an LP version of it as well. But as you can see, the interesting part about the loot filter is that, like, it is not necessarily set in stone throughout your entire journey. So it's kind of a, I would definitely encourage you to learn how to meddle your way through the loot filter, so that like you can a little bit, add here, subtract there. Okay, I don't need to find these anymore, so we don't need to see them anymore. Let's like, close these from the loot filter, etc. Those type of things are going to be helping you a lot in Last Epoch. And my next video again is going to be a little bit about like not only crafting, but also there'll be another video for the loot filter as well. It's going to guide you and give you a little bit of tips and tricks that is going to be leading up to the launch of Last Epoch. I'm streaming every single day on Twitch, twitch.tv/Malagant, and there's going to be quite a bit of Last Epoch content coming your way on my YouTube as well. So if you like the content, subscribe, leave a like, and I'm going to be seeing you on the next video. Peace out, YouTube.